this is Mike with Adventures in Flight. I appreciate you taking time to watch this video presentation. Alright, so this has been an absolutely spectacular weekend here in my part of North Georgia. I am filming on, I have to remind myself what today's date is. Today is March 29th. It's Sunday. The weather outside, if you look at the skies, there's only a few little clouds, but nothing out of the ordinary. But there is one issue with the weather for today, and that is the winds. The winds are very high, and they are in the not good to fly range according to the UAV forecast, and I'll go over all of that information in just a moment. With that being said, I have two drones that I can fly with these heavy winds. One would be the Mavic 3 Classic, the other would be our friend that we're flying today, the Air 3S. So I have yet to fly the 3 Air S in high wind conditions, so this will be a test for me, and also I'm just curious to see how it will handle windier conditions. I know in about 2 weeks I'll be down in Florida for the North Florida, or the South Florida, big difference, South Florida drone meetup in Stuart, Florida, and I anticipate the winds there will be a little stronger than just a light sea breeze. But if there's a light sea breeze, that would be awesome. But anyway, this is the time now to get used to potentially flying in higher winds. So that's what we're going to do here. Now, the weather for right now, as of 11:26 a.m. on March 29th, 2026, the temperature is 55 degrees. That's not exactly spring-like weather. That's actually kind of cool. The winds are blowing out of the east at 32 miles per hour. That is over the rated speed for the Air 3S, but I've been told it can do it. So we're going to do it. And again, that 32 miles per hour is 300 feet above ground level. So keep that in mind, and it's blowing from the east. And as I mentioned in my Mini 5 video that you'll probably see up very soon, when the wind blows from the east, it's not fit for man or beast. But it's not too terribly bad out here for this beast. So with that being said, let's get to it. All right, let's get to it. And there's no better way to start a video than doing the dramatic rise up in the air and seeing Mount Sawnee. It doesn't matter what drone you use, at least from my perspective, it's always going to be a spectacular shot, and this is no exception. Of course, with the Air 3S, it is always usually a great shot. All right, we're going to begin the first of two waypoint missions. The waypoint missions are exactly the same. So the second one will be exactly as the first, or to quote the old Herman Hermit song, Enray the Eighth, second verse, same as the first. So we're going to look at this 2 times. The reason for that is that I wanted to see how the drone would do in these high wind conditions. And basically the flight pattern is in such a way that the drone will be in direct contact with the wind. From this viewing angle, the wind will be coming directly from right to left, and more of a, more right to left than anything. And again, it's coming in gusts. It's not consistently at a higher speed, but it is gusty. You can see the drone start to nudge a little bit, but I think that's more due to the Waypoint mission itself, as it is beginning to nudge over to begin its transition turning to the left, because I believe it does the same thing in the second Waypoint mission. And these Waypoint missions will look exactly the same, but I promise you, they are two separate instances. All right. We are now making the transition. And again, you can see the great fields that are nearby. The owners of these fields certainly have animals out there from time to time, mostly horses. I haven't caught any horses or livestock on video in quite some time. I've tried to stay away from flying over there. I don't want to disturb any of them. So you may be able to catch a glimpse of a horse or two down there, but I don't see any at the moment. All right, we're going to head back toward the golf course as we make our elongated transition. And again, I know this is not a video about colors, but let's take a look at the colors. As you can see, the various degrees of green that are emerging at this particular time. There are some trees that still lack leaves, which those trees will be filled up with leaves in no time short. Perhaps I can use this video as a compare and contrast using the Air 3S. But anyway, we are heading toward the dreaded pond. Back to the original premise of this test. Now, in this direction, the wind is blowing from the left to the right. And again, you can see absolutely zero impact from any wind gusts that are occurring. The wind is not consistently gusty. It pops up from time to time, enough to move some leaves around, move some other stuff around, but nothing too bad. Again, the quality, the stabilization here is quite remarkable. And pardon me, I may have to test this again under more adverse windy conditions just to see how it would compare to that. But right now, there's absolutely no impact. And again, on the controller of the drone, there have been no updates saying high wind warnings. Please return to home. That's usually what it will say. And in this particular instance, I only had one issue, and that was Waypoint Mission failed to load. Please start again. But that was irrelevant to this particular video and with the wind and all of that. But anyway, we're going to continue on our Waypoint mission. We're going to make an elongated left turn here. And no, that is not a pool. That is not for swimming. It's the sewage. I know. The people that live close to that, you have to feel for them. We have some friends that live near there, and needless to say, there are times that the smell is just a little unbearable. And at times in our area, we'll get a whiff of it when the wind blows in the right direction. But I know that's probably a little too much information for you in terms of what you want to know. But anyway, back to this flight. All right. So in this particular direction, again, the wind gusts are coming from the right to the left. And again, it's making the drone, the Air 3S is making its gradual transition. That's why you see it just move a little, but there's nothing that is wind impacted with this. And you can see it's making the turn, and this particular part of the Waypoint mission is about to come to an end. And now we're going to transition to Waypoint Mission, the same Waypoint Mission version 2, or verse 2, to keep consistent with my song reference. All right, second verse, same as the first. So the Air 3S went on a return to home just briefly, and I interrupted it, and then I started the same Waypoint Mission again. So everything's going to look exactly the same. You can see that the gimbal has raised up to its normal pattern. The gimbal is at 0 degrees, so it is pretty flat. It's not looking down, it's not looking up, it's just flat. And again, it's going to cover the same course. And we're trying to see if the wind will have any negative impact. Again, from this perspective, the wind is blowing from the right to the left. And the winds that were mentioned in the UAV forecast were at 32 miles per hour at this particular interval. And again, the same thing is occurring here as it did in the first instance, where there's a little bit of nudging, but that nudging is due to the fact that the drone is about to begin its left turn. So this has no impact from the wind whatsoever. And when I reference the song Unarray the Eighth, it's exactly the same as this. But I promise you, the video description in terms of the video numbers, this one is number 0679. The prior one was 0679. This one is 0680. So essentially, they were filmed one after the other. I promise you, there's no hanky-panky going on here. It's two completely different videos. We are now making the transition over toward the field. Again, as I mentioned in the first part of the video, normally they have their horses out. Sometimes you can see cows, but today I think they've got their horses in their barn. I don't see anything. And again, I try not to get too close to them to startle them. And that's, again, one of the reasons why I fly as high as I do, to avoid startling any animals or anything of that nature in that general area. I try not to fly over there. I mean, the people that have that land, it's so beautiful. And, you know, every now and then you want to try to capture it because their shade of green is really, really nice. And during the fall, they had some great transition colors as well. All right, well, we're heading back to the south. And of course, the dreaded pond is in our sights. And in this particular instance, the wind is blowing from the left to the right. Again, there are no warnings that have appeared on the controller. The drone has been extremely stable as it's making this trip. Ordinarily, if you are flying in this direction and the wind is coming at you from the side, you would notice something in terms of a little bit of, I guess this is probably the wrong word, but a little bit of turbulence, a little bit of shakiness. I mean, that's what happens when you're 35,000 feet in the air on a real aircraft, I guess, or you get in wind pockets and all of that. And that's always fun, especially when you're over the Atlantic Ocean and your plane is shaking uncontrollably and you feel like you're on your last flight ever. That was a trip we made back in 2011, flying from Paris back here to Atlanta, I believe, yes. And it was the worst trip that we had ever been on in terms of conditions. All right, we're heading toward the sewer. I know it looks too pretty to be a sewer. Well, I guess, but it's the sewer. Again, I feel for our friends who live very close to there. When we've been over to their house before for parties and what have you, we've never encountered any issues. But anyway, they tell us all about it. Anyway, enough sewage talk. Let's get back to drone talk, shall we? So we're going to be making the transition. Right now, we're flying directly into the wind as we're beginning this transitional left turn. And again, if you notice the first part of this video, the same exact thing occurred here. It was just little bits of transition, nothing out of the ordinary, nothing weird. It was just gradual easing of a left turn. And again, this is a waypoint flight. This is completely automated. I am not controlling the drone at this time. But then again, if you've watched most of my videos, I prefer to use waypoint missions. It just makes it easier. And honestly, as a pilot, you want to be able to focus more on what's going on versus having to use the control sticks and what have you. But again, that's my personal preference. But there are times I do enjoy getting behind the sticks and flying and doing everything that you would do. Well, again, flying to the north now, wind would be coming from the right to the left, and there's zero impact. All right. We're about to begin the return to home, so let's transition over to the closing comments of the video. Okay, let's try this again. All right, so the flight's over, drone landed. Drone had a little issues landing, but that was just due to localized gusts, but it still landed on target, of course. What can you say? It's a DJI with precision landing. And 99% of the time, well, actually, let's make it 95% of the time, it's going to land on target. But anyway, the whole purpose of this mission was seeing how the Air 3S would handle high winds. And through viewing through the controller, and I actually recorded the controller, just to see if there were going to be any wind warnings or anything of that nature. There were none. No wind warnings whatsoever. There was only one issue, and that one issue was waypoint mission could not be initiated. And I've never seen that message before, but then I hit the waypoint mission again, and then it worked. So that was just a little odd. But anyway, so far the testing was successful in these high gusts. Now, granted, only 32 miles per hour, just barely above the threshold, but I'm going to try this again when it's a little windier and see what happens at that particular point. Again, if I had taken one of the mini drones out, there would have been some issues. So good first test, or good test of wind resistance rather, and we'll see if something else pops up along the way. But we'll go ahead and close things out here. Again, for all the subscribers, thank you very much for taking time to watch my content. I do appreciate it. If you're not a subscriber, please consider joining. And also, while you're here, please give me a like and a thumbs up. That would be most appreciated. All right. Well, thank you all very much. This is Mike. Bye for now.